Okay, and now we are live sa aking YouTube channel. By the way, medyo mahina yung internet ko ngayon kasi it's raining outside. So there's a possibility na medyo putol-putol yung voice ko. But anyways, just inform me ha. Just don't be shy to inform me if ever putol-putol or if ever my voice is not clear or unclear sa inyo. Okay? And also I mean i-check ko siya sa live kasi kung ano yung connection ko pag ma-check ko sa live if okay yung live discussion ko that means okay yung connection ko. So let's start our discussion about solving parts of a triangle using circular function relationships. Okay. The objectives this afternoon, at the end of the lesson, you will be able to calculate the angles and sides of a right triangle using trigonometric ratios and Pythagorean theorem. And also, we will deal real life problems involving solving also the using the 6 trigonometric ratios and specifically angle of elevation. Yan yung ating objectives this afternoon. So let's proceed to the 6 trigonometric ratios. Hindi na ito magpalangalangan pa. 6 trigonometric ratios. But first, ito talaga yung prerequisite na prerequisite. You need to learn this one. I mean, dapat aware kayo saan banda makikita yung opposite, saan banda makikita yung adjacent, and saan banda makikita yung hypotenuse. Okay? Now, if this is your angle, please take note of this one and please listen. If this is your angle theta, kung ano yung nakaharap niya na side, kung ano yung nakaharap na side niya, that is what we call opposite side. Again, kung ano yung nakaharap niya na side, that is what we call opposite side. Yung nasa gilid niya, class, ito, side. And lastly, the last part or side of a right triangle is the hypotenuse. The hypotenuse is the longest side of a right triangle. Again, the hypotenuse is the longest side of the right triangle. Also, the hypotenuse is the opposite side of the right angle. Again, the opposite side of the right angle. Now, what if ibahin ko yung structure ng triangle ninyo? Yan. What if ganyan? Of course, this is the right angle. That means this is the hypotenuse. What if andito yung theta natin? What if andito yung theta? So if dito yung theta natin, that means this side is what we call adjacent side. And the opposite side here, this is the opposite side of your theta. Again ha, it is very important that you need to identify or correctly label the side of a right triangle. Dapat alam niyo yung proper label niya. Saan banda yung opposite side? Saan banda yung adjacent side? Okay? Dapat alam niyo yan siya. Okay? Dapat alam niyo yung proper label. Check your label. Charot. Okay. Now, sir, kailan nga ba ma-apply ang trigonometric ratios? Ma-apply lang siya if right triangle siya. Again, pag right triangle, you cannot perform trigonometric ratios if you have right triangle involved. Walang right angle sa triangle natin. You cannot perform that one. Okay? Now, there are six trigonometric ratios. We have the sine theta, which is opposite over hypotenuse. Are you familiar with this one? SOHCAHTOA and CHUSHAKTO. Yeah? This is SOHCAHTOA. So, it's opposite over hypotenuse. Kaya nga tinawag siya na SO. SOHCAHTOA, SO. And then, Ka. It's adjacent over hypotenuse. Kaya nga, SOHCA. Then lastly, TOA. TOA, it's opposite over adjacent. Okay? O stands for the opposite, H stands for the hypotenuse, A stands for the adjacent. So we have SOHCAHTOA. Kaya nga, di ba, it is very important na alam ninyo yung placing ng angle at saka yung side. Ano yung tawag na side na dyan? Anong tawag na side na dyan? Kasi in order for you to solve these 6 trigonometric ratios, dapat alam mo yung exact value ng opposite at saka yung adjacent or the hypotenuse. Depende ano yung side yung given. If meron tayong SOHCAHTOA, meron din tayong tinatawag na SHAKAW. SHAKAW. Then kaw. Kung napapansin ninyo, class, anong pagbasa nito? It's cosecant. Ang uban kay mahimong cosecant. Gahi kayo. It's cosecant. Sec stands for sec stands secant na lang. Okay. Anyway, cot. Cot means cotangent. Cot means cotangent. Okay, ha? So, balikan natin na ito sign is, pagbasa ni sign, dili sin. So, nasala, sin. It's sign. The spelling, the word for this is talaga is ito, sign. Ito talaga yung word niya. Ang for cos, it's cosine. And for tan, it's tangent. It's tangent. Now, if you try to observe the ratio of sine at saka yung cosecant, di ba binaliktad lang? Napansin niyo binaliktad lang, di ba? So, ibig sabihin yan, class, that the inverse of sine is cosecant. The inverse also of secant is cosine. The inverse of cot is tangent. The inverse of tangent is cotangent. Okay? Binaliktad lang, di ba? Kabaliktaran nila. So, we have here, hypotenuse is H, opposite is O, kaya nga chu. Then, for the second, it's hypotenuse over adjacent, kaya nga siya. And lastly, adjacent over opposite, it's kaw. Chu, SHAKAW. Okay? Chu, SHAKAW. Okay, ha? Please memorize that one, SOHCAHTOA. Chu, SHAKAW. Again, CSC stands for cosecant. Dili cosecant. Okay, magahi. I'm aware na magahi na sa mga estudyante. It's cosecant. Mahilig yung mugahi, no? Charis. Next, sec is secant. And cot means cotangent. Cotangent. Ganun. Okay? Wait lang ha, nag-message. Who's this? Anyways, let's continue. So the mnemonic SOHCAHTOA or SHAKAW may be used to determine the trigonometric ratios for sine, cosine, and tangent. Again ha, there are six trigonometric ratios. The SOHCAHTOA and the SHAKAW, anim sila. So please take note of that one. But before that, let's proceed to special right triangles. Class, there are 2 special right triangles. By the way, if you've watched my video last time, yung exact values, I think I've discussed this one already, the special right triangles. Of course, baka nakalimot na mo, so I need to rediscuss this one. So special right triangles, there are 2. There are 2 types of special right triangles. So these are the isosceles right triangle and the 30-60-90 triangle. Class, when we say isosceles right triangle, this is the 45-degree, 45-degree, 90-degree. 45, 90 degrees triangle. That's isosceles right triangle. Diba ibig sabihin ng isosceles, 2 sides are equal. So 45 degrees, both sides, 2 sides of the triangle are equal. So isosceles right triangle. Also, we have this 30-60-90 triangle. A 30-60-90 triangle. So Please watch my previous video, yung yung ibigay ko last time. I mean sa precedent niyo. Please watch that one, yung exact values. Andoon yung discussion niya. Take note that in an isosceles right triangle, the legs of the triangle are congruent. No. Okay. Hindi yung negative ha. Okay, balikan natin, baka ma-confuse kayo. Dash lang yon. Dash lang ito, dash. Hindi siya negative. That's the dash lang. It's just a name niya. It's a sort of name lang. Okay? Hindi siya negative ha. Dash, ito dash. Hindi siya minus. Baka mali yung ma-interpret ninyo. Okay. Sige. An isosceles right triangle, the legs of the triangle are congruent. Ibig sabihin, yung leg mo dito, yung side mo dito, at saka yung side mo dito, they are the same. So, ano yung measure mo dito? Ano yung measurement dito? Parehas lang sila. Basta 45 degrees. And take note, the hypotenuse is square root of 2 times the measure 1 of the legs. Kaya nga, I think I have the formula last time. If you watch my video, the hypotenuse is equal to, if you've watched my video last time talaga yung exact value, it was indicated or explained doon that the formula of this 45, 90 is leg square root of 2. In other references or in other books, hindi leg yung ginamit nila. It's S or the side. But they're just the same. Yeah, as long as you know the concept, okay, hindi kayo mahirapan intindihan siya. Okay? The formula is hypotenuse is equal to leg square root of 2. This is the formula in getting the hypotenuse. And for the leg, I think the formula for the leg, if leg yung missing ha, let me derive the formula for you. I think the formula we have here is hypotenuse square root of 2 over 2. I think this will be the formula, okay, in order for us to find the leg. Wait lang. Let me correct myself. Baka mali ako. So, ito. This is correct. This is the formula if the leg is missing, given the hypotenuse. Wala na siya dito sa video. Wala na siya sa video. Karon lang ako na siya gihatag. Meanwhile, in 30, 60, 90 triangle, the angle of the opposite of the 30-degree angle is the shortest side, and the longer side is the opposite of the 60-degree angle. Kaya nga, if nakinig kayo sa video ko last time sa exact value, it was stated there that the opposite side of 60 degrees is what we call the longer leg. Again ha, the opposite side of the 60-degree angle is what we call the longer leg. Meanwhile, the opposite side of the 30 degrees angle is what we call the shorter leg. And the longest side is the hypotenuse. Again, the longest side is the hypotenuse. Again, the opposite side, if this is our 60 degrees angle, this side is what we call the longer leg. Sorry, it's longer leg rather. It's longer leg. Yan. And this is the 30 degrees angle. The opposite side is what we call the shorter leg. Again, please take note of that one. The opposite side of 60 degrees is what we call longer leg. The opposite side of the 30-degree angle is what we call the shorter leg. Kaya nga, di ba, may formula doon. May formula nakalagay doon, class, that the hypotenuse is always twice the shorter leg. Again, the hypotenuse is always twice the shorter leg. And also, the longer leg, LL stands for longer leg, SL stands for the shorter leg. So the longer leg is shorter leg square root of 3. I do hope you've remembered that lesson. Okay, appeal na siya sa akong exam. Nakaingani sa exam na situation. Na ba to? Murag na, yeah. But don't you worry. Please watch the video that I gave to you kay medyo lisod na manggod kung i-insert na ko siya karon kay makulangan tawag oras. But please watch that video. Nandoon talaga siya. But by the way, don't you worry kay nanay reviewer sa Prekal. Yeah. Ang GMC ang hatag, but I think I recycled the review last year. But different exam. please study na sa reviewer. I mean, please study the content of your reviewer kasi that's very helpful. And also during review, magbigay rin ako ng mga previous examples. Ng mga examples din. So again, this is the formula for 30, 60, 90 triangle. The hypotenuse is twice the shorter leg. The longer leg is shorter leg square root of 3. Next. Lucky are you? No, masyado lucky are you because last year I told my students, or I asked my student to memorize this one. Yeah, it's because that's part of their PTA. We have this blindfold. Wait lang, nag-misa pa sila. You know, father ha. Okay, again ha. These are the trigonometric ratios of special triangles. By the way, special angles are 30 and 45. Yeah. Ang special angles are 30 and 45. Please take note of that one. So actually, no, way back on my elementary day, high school days, high school, I used to memorize this one, and that's very helpful for me, no, kasi because of that, since na-memorize ko siya, nagamit ko siya during college, hindi siya mahirap sa akin, and also na-push ko memorize about this, pati rin yung 0 at saka 90 degrees. It's because I attended a contest, so napugos ko memorize, and because of that, yun, na-memorize ko siya. Kaya nga, if makalimot ko, tanaw na akong kamot. Yeah, tanaw na akong kamot na kapag makalimot ko. For example, sine 30 degrees is 1/2. Sine 60 degrees is square root of 3 over 2. Cos 30 degrees is square root of 3 over 2. Ganon. Tingnan ko lang yung kamay ko. Because I have this strategy. Nagtanong lang akong YouTube sa Indian man to. Yeah. Pag high school, then mo to na adapt na ko yung technique. But again I am not requiring you to memorize this because you can use your calculator or even Symbolab. Lalabas ito sa Symbolab. Okay? Basta sa Symbolab lang is you need to input the degree symbol. Same with the calculator. Please in your calculator, please be aware of the mode of your calculator. Okay, kasi iba kasi yung mode, pag maiba kasi yung mode tapos degree yung sinulat mo, there's a possibility na mamali mo. Okay, so again during exam, if merong mga exact values, you can use symbolab.com ha. Sir, di ka masako, sir, well, exam kay Symbolab, wala problema. I don't have a control. Anak ko sa inyong likod sa inyong balay, so, di ba, wala ako dyan sa inyo. So, you can do whatever you want. Okay, ito. Let's have an example. Example tayo. In the right triangle below, what is the measure of the hypotenuse? Actually, no, there are different ways on how to solve this one. Again, there are different ways on how to solve this one, but I think the instruction here is we are going to find the measure of the hypotenuse, and the process is we are going to use the 6 trigonometric ratios. Again, the process on getting the hypotenuse dito is we are going to use the 6 trigonometric ratios. Now, let me ask you this. The given angle is 30 degrees. The given angle is 30 degrees. What do you call this 5? What side is this 5? Again, the given angle is 30 degrees. What do you call this side? Itong 5 na yan. What do you call that side? Okay, again sa 6 trigonometric ratios kayo mag-base. Again, sa 6 trigonometric ratios kayo mag-base. That is the, very good, the adjacent side. Again, the adjacent side. Again take note of this one. This is the opposite side. Wala mang value yung opposite side natin, no? Ang given lang natin, so let's write the given, by the way. Let's write the given. The theta is given 30 degrees. The adjacent side is also given, which is 5. Ano yung ginahanap natin? What is the, ano yung question? What is the measure of the hypotenuse? So the missing is hypotenuse. Again, the missing is hypotenuse. Now, class, tingnan nyo lang yung given natin. Tingnan nyo lang yung given natin. Missing yung hypotenuse. The question, sa 6 na trigonometric ratios, saan doon ang pwede natin magamit para mahanap yung hypotenuse given this adjacent and opposite, given this adjacent and angle? Again, saan? Alin doon? Sa 6, there are 6 trigonometric ratios, the SOHCAHTOA and CHUSHAKAW. Saan doon yung may hypotenuse at saka merong adjacent? We have what? Dalawa sila. Di ba SOHCAHTOA? Nakalimot na. Let me write the SOHCAHTOA, be. Let me write the SOHCAHTOA for you. It is the sine theta opposite over hypotenuse. Cosine theta, it's adjacent over hypotenuse. TOA, sorry, parang B. Wait lang ha. H. Next, tan theta, we have the opposite over adjacent. Okay? Then cosecant theta, we have ano yung ano natin? It's the hypotenuse over opposite. Nakalimot noon ko da. The sec theta is hypotenuse over adjacent. And lastly, the cotangent theta, cot is adjacent over opposite. So katowa, chushakaw. Okay. So now, ang tanong ko, ibalik-balikan natin yung tanong kanina. Now, sa 6 na trigonometric ratio, since hypotenuse ang missing and adjacent ang given, alin sa kanila yung pwede natin ma-solve yung hypotenuse given ang adjacent? That's correct? Tama yung mga sagot ninyo? The answer is adjacent o hypotenuse ang given ha? Adjacent yung given, hypotenuse ang missing. We have the cos and the cosecant. Ay, mali. Secant mali ko. Secant. Again na, the cos at saka the secant. Let me correct myself. The cos and the secant. Again ha, si cos at saka si secant yung gagamitin natin para mahanap yung hypotenuse. So bakit? Bakit natin gagamitin yung sign na hindi man opposite yung given? Bakit gagamitin natin yung cosecant na hindi man opposite yung given? Same thing with cot at saka tangent. Hindi man given yung opposite. So why bother? So we're not going to use them. So the appropriate ratio are the following. The cosine theta, which is adjacent over hypotenuse, and yung isa, the siya, di ba? It's sec theta, hypotenuse over adjacent. Sir, I have a question. Necessary ba talaga na dalawa yung piliin namin? The answer is no. Depende yan sa inyo. Actually, they will arrive the same answer, no? The same answer lang yung cos at saka secant natin. Kaya nga, i-present ko dito kasi I want to present na silang dalawa parehas yung sagot. So, in choosing the appropriate trigonometric ratios, pwede ra isa yung pilion. Isa lang dyan ang pili. Mabitang mamali mo, no? Mo nang yung mag-uyab-uyab mo, isa lang yung pili. Okay? Again, na isa lang ang pili, ha? Okay lang duha ni siya kay ipakita na ko there here. I am going to present na parehas sila answer. So again, in my quiz, in my exam, it's your choice, it's your decision, ano yung pipiliin ninyo. Basta mamili lang mo, basta tama lang ang inyong gipili. But anyways, let's continue. What's our angle? The angle is 30 degrees. Cos 30 degrees is equal to adjacent is 5, the hypotenuse is missing. Okay, then dito here is sec 30 degrees. We have also hypotenuse over 5. Now, my question is this. My question is this. What is the value of cos 30 degrees? What's the value of cos 30 degrees? The answer is what? You can use symbollab.com, ha? Cos 30 degrees. It's what? Very good. It's square root of 3/2. Sir, saan ganyan na, sir? Sige, ato tag simbola ba? Mo ato tawag simbolab. Ayun lang i-mind niyo ang mga nang chat sa ako ha kay makita mo ko din siya. I mean the symbollab.com, symbollab. Okay, so let me present to you ha ito. Cos 30 degrees. Cos 30. Then, degrees. Do not forget to put degree. Yan. Cos 30 degree. Yan. Then, go. The answer is square root of 3/2. Actually, you can have this one diretso, by the way. You have 5/x. Gawas diretso answer. Gawas diretso answer. Ano? Pwede rin ganun yung diretso. Gawas diretso answer. So, ano lang. But of course, I need to present the solution. Sir, saan banda makita yung degree? Dito yung nasa ibabaw ng eng, yung degree, minutes and seconds, yon nandoon siya na symbol. Okay? Let's continue. The same also with sec. Wait lang. The same with sec. Sulat nyo lang sec, then open and close parenthesis, 30 degrees. Degree symbol. Degree here. Wait lang. Here. Then go. Yan. Magawas gyapon ang answer. Okay, so kamo na bahala. Pwede diretso ninyo, again na, pwede ra diretso ninyo equals. Wait lang, nawala. Wait lang, nawala siya. Sec 30 degrees. Ano yun siya? Equals hypotenuse over 5. Di ba? Negawas ang answer. Di ba? Pwede na mo di mag-solve, no? So you can have that one. Very good question. May sec po ba sa calculator? Walang sec sa calcio. Okay? Walang sec sa calcio. Ano yung gagamitin nyo sa calculator? It's 1/cos. Okay? 1 over to get their inverse. So, hindi. Wait lang. It's 1/cos dapat. Let me present it to you. Let me present na lang ha, the 1/cos. Wait lang, choppy ko until now, choppy. Wait lang class, wait lang, nawala ko ang direct LAN. There's something wrong. Wait lang, Jud. Okay, how about this one? Okay, it's 1/cos. It's 1/cos ha. Wait lang. Sige, this is my calculator. Wait lang, di siya maklaro. Yeah. It's, fraction muna, fraction. Wait lang, nahirapan talaga ako. Wait lang for a while. Wag niyo lang i-mind ha. Wag niyo lang i-mind ang background audio nito kasi nagmas. Wait lang, Jud class. Here, oh. Okay, wait lang ha. Dara siya class kani. For second, 30 degrees. Okay, yun yung process ha, yun yung process, naka 1 over cos siya. Together with cosecant, the CSC, it's 1 over sine. For cotangent, it's 1 over tan. Okay? Sige lang, you can message me if gusto kayo if gusto niyo magpa-assist sa akin sa calculator, don't be shy to message me. Ha? Ay mag-message ako if you have concern on how to use the calculator. By the way, no, I am planning soon. I will be having if musugot sila Ma'am Allen about this one, about the calculator techniques. Yeah, okay. Sa mga merong mga higher function calculators o magkanda kung something na activity nga na. But anyways, let's continue. Let's go back here. Okay. So let's continue our solving. Cos 30 degrees is square root of 3 over 2. Then 5, then hypotenuse. Again ha, ito yung manual process. Cross multiply, you have hypotenuse, hypotenuse square root of 3 is equal to 10. And to find the hypotenuse, algebra lang tayo dito, algebra lang. To find the hypotenuse, divide both sides by square root of 3. So the hypotenuse is 10 square root of 3. Okay? 10 square root of 3. Over square root of 3. Now, in mathematics, we do not allow to have a radical sign in your denominator. Again, ha? In mathematics, we do not allow to have a radical sign in our denominator. So we have this process called rationalizing the denominator. Again, we have this process called rationalizing the denominator. So kailangan natin mawala itong radical sign sa denominator. So anong gawin natin? Mag-multiply tayo ng the same denominator, both numerator and denominator. Kung ano yung value ng ating denominator, again, kung ano yung value ng ating denominator, multiply mo siya both numerator and denominator, and you will have this answer of 10 square root of 3 over 3. And this is now your answer. Again, this is now your answer. Meanwhile, dito sa process sa kabilang ano naman, yung sec yung gagamitin natin. Sec 30 degrees, sec 30 degrees, I already performed kanina. What's the value of sec 30 degrees? The answer is 2 square root of 3 over 3. Am I correct? Tama ba? 2 square root of 3 over 3. Please correct me if I'm wrong. Tama, no? Sec 30 degrees is 2 square root of 3 over 3. Okay, thank you. That's correct daw. Then cross multiply. That's 10 square root of 3 is equal to 3 hypotenuse. Divide both sides by 3. So hypotenuse is 10 square root of 3 over 3. Yan. O, di ba? Parehas lang sila answer. They are just the same. Again, they are just the same. Parehas lang sila. Iba yung ratio, iba yung trigonometric ratio na ginamit, but we have arrived the same answer. But these two trigonometric ratios sila yung qualified, kumbaga. Sila yung pasok. Okay? Sila yung appropriate formula in order for us to find the hypotenuse in this problem. Sige? So if you have question, you can raise right now. And if you have, I will give you time to copy this one. I will give you time to copy this one. But again pwede rin nyo diretsoon sa Symbolab. Yung pinakita ko good kanina. You can have that one. If you don't want a mataas na solution. But as long as you know the process, hindi na kayo mahirapan talaga. And of course, I presented also the process para alam niyo yung process, alam niyo yung shortcut. Again, alam niyo yung process, alam mo yung shortcut din. So yeah, take your time to copy this one. There's a question, wait lang. Sir, can you repeat po yung, okay, sige. Ibalik ko yung Symbolab ha. Ibalik ko yung Symbolab kasi I'm sure that most of you will relate to this. Okay, I think lang. Sige, let me share to you my Symbolab. Huwag nyo lang i-mind yung nag-message. Sige. Ano yon? Yung kanina, yung, let's have this one, yung cos 30 degrees. Isulat nyo lang yung word na cos. Then open and close parentheses. Then 30, and then do not forget to put the degree. Do not put the degree ha. Do not forget to put the degree. Then equals, it's 5 over hypotenuse, right? 5 over hypotenuse. Yan. Then click the go. You will arrive the answer of 10 square root of 3 over 3. Okay? Yan. Actually, to tell you honestly, wala na akong tudluag ingani diretso ako mga estudyante last time. Katulang mga exact values lang ako ang gihitulo sila. But I think aware naman siguro sila. Kung sec na naman tayo, kung secant na naman. Kung sec naman din, sec 30 degrees. Then you have this one, hypotenuse over 5. It's 10 square root of 3 over 3. Yung sa calculator class, yung sa calculator natin, no, yung sa calculator, ang maibigay ko lang is the exact value of the sine of the cos 30 degrees and the sec 30 degrees. Again ha, sa calculator, ang maibigay ko lang is the cos 30 degrees and the sec 30 degrees. Yun lang. But I have also shortcuts sa calculator. I can solve this one using my calculator. Ganito talaga siya, naka-equation. I can solve that one, but I think it is not the best time siguro to discuss that one. Maybe mga during activity yung sa calculator. Okay, so let's proceed to the calculator. Yung may nag-ask kasi sa akin. Sige, I stop ko muna yung sharing ha. Wait lang class, wait lang. Okay, iPhone. Okay, ito yung calculator ko. So actually applicable ni siya sa mga 991 ES and wait lang, puro gitong kamot, sorry. Sa mga nag-calculator, take note ha, ito yung i-take note niyo sa calculator by the way class. Ito yung i-take note niyo that dapat naka-degree, naka-D. Naka-D dapat yung mode ng calculator. Ibig sabihin ng D, that's degree. If wala na siya naka-D, naka-R na siya, you need to change the mode. You need to change the setup or the mode of your calculator. Okay? Sige lang, sa mga magpatudlo, na lang ko, i-chat lang ko. Kung same tab calculator, tapos wala siya naka-D. So you can press shift, then press menu. The angle unit, press number 2, then press number 1 for degree. Automatically, mag-change na siya into degree. Kapag the same tayo ng calculator. Sa iba is, i-press lang man siguro yung mga mode yun. Sa iba, press mode, basta maglabas yung deg, rad, at saka grad. Again ha, pag maglabas yung deg, rad, at saka grad yun, that's the time na pwede na kayo mag-change ng mode. Like, I think it's number 4. Hindi ako sure ha, but I think it's number 4. But anyways, let's proceed. Cos 30 degrees. Yan, cos 30 degrees, lalabas yung sagot natin. Square root of 3/2. Take note, walang second, walang cosecant, walang cotangent sa calculator. So anong gawin natin pag second? Pag second, fraction 1 over cos 30 degrees. Darang degrees o yan. Then equals. The answer, the value of second is 2 square root of 3/3. Okay? So yun. So let's continue na sa ating next example. Next example na tayo, class. Tama yung sagot natin, no? It's 10 square root of 3/3 units. Paano po? What do you mean by hypo? What do you mean by hypo? Sino nag-ask? Wala. Dili siya, I cannot teach you again. Naa siya shortcut. Katong sa simula diretso kanina, naa siya shortcut sa calculator, but I cannot teach you right now because, it takes more time pa. Pero ang sa calculator lang, ang maibigay ko lang sa calculator is the exact value. We cannot solve the hypotenuse directly there. Hindi natin siya ma-solve. Mary Susan Taboga, hindi sila same. Ma-apply, yes, Mary Suzanne, you can apply that cos raised to -1 if you are going to find the angle. That's the time na if you're going to find the angle, you can use that one. Hindi siya parehas. Hindi sila parehas. Okay? So please take note of that one. That's very helpful then. Ito. Sayon raman eh. Same lang po yung 10 sa 2 kanina sa calcio. What do you mean by 10 sa 2 kanina? Yes, more Teho. What do you mean by this? You can open your mic. Jazzy, you can open your mic. Yung sa manual at saka sa calcio. Wait lang. Same lang po yung 10 sa 2 kanina. Anong ibig sabihin ng 10 sa 2? medyo naguluhan ako. Yeah. You can yes. Oo. Naka-simplified yung sa calcio. Okay lang. Yes, naka-simplified yung sa calcio. Sige, let's proceed. Easy lang man ito, no? Easy lang ito kasi it's 45. But again, we will use now the 6 trigonometric ratios. Again, the important thing here is we are going to use the 6 trigonometric ratios, and among them, ano yung appropriate formula in order to solve the problem. Sige, let's write the given. The given angle is 45 degrees. Again, by the way, class, it is very important that we are going to identify the given. Okay, isulat niyo yung given kasi by writing the given, you can identify what's the missing. Okay, ano yung missing natin? Ma-identify mo siya. So our given angle is 45 degrees. Now, what do you call this 10? The 10 of this, for the 10, ito. What do you call that one? What side is that? Then, what side is this? Itong 10 natin. That is the? Okay, very good. Adjacent. Okay? The adjacent side. The adjacent side is 10 units. That's correct. That's correct. Now, let's go back to the question. Find the measure of the opposite side. Okay? Find the measure of the opposite side. So, ano yung missing natin? Ano yung missing? The opposite side. Ito yung missing natin. Again, ito yung missing. So, opposite side yung missing natin. Ito. Yan. But ito yung question ko. Given ang adjacent, missing ang opposite side. Again ha, take note of this one. Given yung adjacent, missing yung opposite side, what is the appropriate ratio that we are going to use to find the opposite side? The tan or? Very good, very good. It's your choice na ha kung ano yung piliin niyo, si tan ba or si cot. Again ha, depende na sa inyo si tan ba or si cot. So we have TOA. Tangent theta, tama kayo. Tangent theta is opposite over adjacent. Yan. Cotangent is adjacent over opposite. Okay, that's correct. Tama kayo. Very good. Now, I will present the two process because I want you to I want you to share that they will arrive the same answer. So tan 45 degrees is equal to opposite over our adjacent is 10. The value of tan 45 degrees is 1. Again, the value of tan 45 degrees is 1. That's the easiest trigonometric function to memorize. Tan 45 degrees is 1. Then opposite over 10. Cross multiply. That means the value of the opposite side is 10. Okay, the opposite side is 10 units. Here naman, cot 45 degrees is equal to 10 over opposite. We all know also that the value of cot 45 degrees, the value of cot 45 degrees is 1. So you have 10 over opposite. So over 1, cross multiply. So you have opposite is equal to 10 units. That means class, the answer is 10 units. Again, the answer is 10 units. Again ha, the answer, the opposite side is 10 units. So kayo na bahala mag-recheck sa Symbolab at saka sa calculator. Kayo na bahala mag-recheck, but basta tama ang answer na 10. And it is the process. This is the manual process. Okay, so take your time to copy. Okay. I think we need to proceed to the practice test. Sige, ito daw be. Sige daw, ito daw. I want you to answer this one. The question is, find the sides A and B using cosecant or secant or cotangent. Again, you need to find the sides A and B using cosecant, secant, or cotangent. Okay? Sige, so I will give you time. This time, it's the practice test. You are going to solve it by your own. Then kindly chat your answer, the value of A and B. And alam nyo class, Isang tingin ko lang, alam ko na yung sagot. Yeah, kasi I mastered this one naman, no? Isang tingin ko lang, alam ko na yung sagot. So, sige. Solve nyo ha, isolve nyo and let's check your answer later. Balikan natin. I will present also my solution. Again, I will present also my solution. So kindly, find the value of A and B. Okay? Sige, take your time to solve. And wait lang mo, inom sa kog tubig. Okay, so let's solve. Actually, there is an instruction. We are going to use the cos, cosecant, the secant, and the cotangent in order for us to find A and B. Now, again, let me remind you about this. It would be better to write the given first. I-write natin yung given. So, let's write the given. Di ba? Pag masulat mo yung given, you can identify what's the missing. Di ba? So, the given angle is, the given theta or the angle is 60 degrees. Now, this 12 is what we call, anong tawag natin sa 12? That is your hypotenuse. Again, hypotenuse yung 12 natin. That's the longest side. Hypotenuse is the opposite side of our right angle. Dala yung right angle natin, the opposite side. How about A? A is what? A is what of 60 degrees. Again, A is what of 60 degrees. Very good. That is the adjacent. That's correct, adjacent. And lastly, B. B is what? B is your, very good. Very good, it's opposite side. That's correct. Now, let's use cosecant. Ano gani yung formula ng cosecant? Cosecant is 2, right? Cosecant is 2. 2 siakaw, di ba? 2 siakaw. So, cosecant theta is equal to hypotenuse over adjacent. Ay, opposite. Rather, opposite. Sorry. Opposite. 2. Na-cha naman noon. 2. Sorry. Opposite. Okay. Next, cosecant. Our angle is 60 degrees. Then, our hypotenuse is 12. And the opposite is B. Diba? Our opposite is missing, which is B. By the way, what is the value of cosecant 60 degrees? Now, ano na lang? Okay. I-solve natin ito using Symbolab. Ipakita na ko using Symbolab again. Let's solve this one using Symbolab directly. Para aware po mo diretso. Symbolab natin is secant 60. Do not forget to put degree symbol. Equals 12 over B. Yan. Ito yung, di ba, ito yung gisulat natin doon kanina sa whiteboard. Ito yung gisulat natin. So, press natin yung go. Ang lalabas yung sagot natin, it's 6 square root of 3. The value of our B is 6 square root of 3. O, di ba? O, di ba? Ang importante lang is alam mo yung given, alam mo yung appropriate formula. You can use this one na lalabas na yung sagot. Okay? 6 square root of 3. Now, let's go back to my PowerPoint. Sige. Let's solve this one. What's the value of cosecant 60 degrees? What's the value of cosecant 60 degrees? We have 2 square root of 3. Am I correct? Correct me if I'm wrong, ha? The value of cosecant 60 degrees is 2 square root of 3. Or mali ko? Tama ba? 2 square root of 3? Okay, tama. Sige, that's correct. Then cross multiply, class cross multiply. Okay, perform cross multiplication. This is the manual process, ha. Cross multiplication, so 2 square root of 3b. 12 divided by 12 times 3 is 36. To find b, divide both sides by 2 square root of 3, 2 square root of 3. So you have b is 18 over square root of 3. And again, dito nagkaroon tayo ng radical sign sa denominator. And again, it's against the rule. We need to perform, anong tawag dyan yung process? It's rationalization. Rationalizing the denominator. Kasi again, bawal magkaroon ng radical sign sa denominator natin. That's the rule. So multiply it by square root of 3. Kung ano yung radical sign, ano yung denominator natin, i-multiply mo siya, this one, both numerator and denominator. So you will have 18 square root of 3 over 3. Take note, 18 divided by 3 is 6 square root of 3. O, di ba? We have arrived the same answer lang sa Symbolab. Again, we have arrived the same answer sa Symbolab lang. Okay? How about second? Hello po sir, sa exam po, mag-mention ka ba? Hindi. Yeah. Let me remind you about this one. Sa exam, I will not inform you kung ano yung ratio. Kayo yung mag-identify. Again, kayo yung mag-identify. Dito lang, sa problem na ito, nagkataon lang siya. Nagkataon lang siya na yan yung gagamitin ninyo. But in my exam, hindi. It's your choice talaga. Okay? I need to consider your, kung saan kayo comfortable. Ano yung tamang ratio or saan kayo, comfortable na ratio yung gagamitin ninyo. Sige, so let's use this one for second naman. So, chushakaw, siya. Siya is second, theta. Wait lang. Yes, Selena. Okay lang. Yes, Selena, you can share. By the way, saan ka ba nag-cancel banda, Selena? You can share. You can open your mic.
Dyan po sa may, sir, 2 square root of 3 over 3 is equal to 12 over b po, sir. Kinancel ko po ang 3 tsaka 12, sir. Before ko siya multiply, so iba po yung answer ko.
Okay. So, cancel mo yung 12 at saka, bali, nag-divide ka diretso, wala ka nag-perform ng cross multiplication. Tama ba ko?
Opo, sir. So, bali, naging 2 square root of 3 over 1 siya is equal to 4 over b po ang akin. Tapos, i-cross multiply ko siya. So, 4 is equal to 2 square root of 3b.
I think na mali lang siguro ni mo na siya sulat. I-correct lang. I-follow lang niya nga process para di ka malito.
Okay po, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Sige. So, let's continue for second. Di ba siya? Siya means hypotenuse over adjacent. Our angle is 60 degrees. Then, the hypotenuse is 12. And the adjacent. Ano yung adjacent natin? It's letter A. Yan. Sec 60 degrees is equal to 12 over A. So, you can use Symbolab again. Yan. Symbolab natin na Symbolab. Punta tayo Symbolab. Sec 60 degrees. Degree symbol here equals 12 over A. Go. Click yung go. Ang lalabas na sagot is 6. Okay? 6 na yung lalabas na sagot. Okay? Sige. Let's try to check if tama ba na 6 yung sagot natin. What's the value of secant 60 degrees? Kindly correct me if I'm wrong ha. Secant 60 degrees is 2. Tama ba? Secant 60 degrees is 2? 12 over A. Then, cross multiply. Okay, thank you. Tama daw. Thank you. So, 2 times A, 2A. Divided by 12. Divide both sides by 2. Divide both sides by 2. So, A is 6. Yan. A is 6. Yes. Yes, Ramaho. Yes. It's okay lang, Ramaho. You can use that kind of technique, Ramaho. Oo. Okay? Pero take note, Ramaho, that is applicable only pag 30-60 ha, 30-60-90 lang. What if the angle is not 30-60? So, you can use trigonometric ratios. Sige, so, nakuha naman natin yung A and B, no? Huwag natin gamitin yung cotangent. Okay? We will not use this one na lang. Yeah. Wala na kayo. Nakuha naman ng A and B. Okay? Nakuha naman yung A and B. So, wag mo nang gamitin yung cotangent na yan. Okay? Sige. So, I do hope natama kayo. So, please copy muna this one. Okay? I will give you time to copy this solution. Mortejo, walang CSC at SEC sa calculator. Sad to say, wala. Ano lang, for CSC, it's 1 over sine. For SEC, it's 1 over cos. Again, for CSC, it's 1 over sine. For SEC, it's 1 over cos. Okay, so let's proceed now to our another problem. Tama kayo, 6 units and 6 square root of 3 units. So much for this. Okay, diretso na tayo. One of the real life example. Yeah. One of the real life example here, ito. A Nara tree cast a shadow that is 225 feet long. Find the height of the tree if the angle of elevation of the sun from the tip of the shadow is 30 degrees. So let me draw. Drawing natin ha, drawing natin. Let me proceed muna sa virtual whiteboard ko. Okay? Ay, dili na lang siguro. If this is the sun, muna ang sun ha, sun. Yan, muna ang sun. And this is the Nara tree. Okay, sorry for my drawing. I'm not good in drawing. Pero kaya kong kulayan yung buhay mo. Charot. Sige, muna ang Nara tree. Okay, so the Nara tree cast a shadow. So na daw shadow diri sa Nara tree. Mo doon ang shadow ni Nara tree, no? Yan. Okay, mo yung shadow ni Nara tree. And take note that the shadow is 225 feet long. Okay, ganyan daw kahaba yung shadow. The question is, find the height of the tree. Ito daw yung missing. Ito daw yung missing, the height of the tree. Ito daw. Unsa daw kataas yung height ng tree? If the angle of elevation from the tip of the shadow, this is the tip of the shadow. This is the tip of the shadow. Angle of elevation of the sun from the tip of the shadow you have here. Yan. This is 30 degrees. Yan. Okay? That is the graphical presentation of our problem. Okay? Mas okay class na inyo siyang i-drawing para mas maintindihan ninyo kung ano yung missing. Mas okay kung i-drawing ninyo para mas maintindihan ninyo yung missing. Sige. Now, the question, x, ang height ang ginapangita. Height ng tree, itong x. Let's write the given. Let's write the given. The given angle is 30 degrees. Now, the question is, what is this 225 feet of 30 degrees? Ano yan siya? Ano yan siya na side sa 30 degrees? That is your... Okay, very good, very good. That's your adjacent side. Adjacent side natin yan siya. 225 feet. Now, ito yung tanong ko. What is this x? Kasi ito yung missing, di ba? That's the missing. The x is your... Okay, very good. It's your opposite side. Okay? Si x natin, yan yung opposite side natin. Okay? Take note of this one. This is the angle. Ito yung nasa harap ng angle natin. Okay. Now, wait lang. Nawala kong audio. Hello. Wait lang. Ano yung audio? Okay. Sige. Nipilit ko, no? Sige, okay. Nana. Okay. Now, ito yung tanong ko. Sa 6 na trigonometric ratio, alin doon yung pwede natin magamit? Sa 6 na trigonometric ratio, ano yung pwede natin magamit doon? Very good. Very good. The tan or the cot. Again ha, the tan or the cot. Mamili lang mo, class. Again ha, kamo na pili si tan ba or si cot. Parehas lang manog answer. Again ha, kamo na pili si tan ba or si cot. Si towa or cow. Towa or cow. Okay, so kamo na bahala. Akong gusto kay si kuan. Kung gusto kasi tan. So, I will use the tan ha instead of kot. Pares naman. Tan daw kay Chinito. Mga Chinito di ang tan. Kasi ako mga estudyante. Dili man to Chinito si Asti. Uy, charot na. Okay, Chinita di ay. Sige. Let's use tan. No? Kuya Pod, ketan daw kay Chinito. Tan is TOA, it's opposite over adjacent. Ginahan ko ato. Mga babae man, mga tan ako mga estudyante, o yung mga lalaki. Sige, tan. The angle is 30 degrees. Tan 30 degrees. The missing is opposite side, tama? The missing is the opposite side, which is the x. And your adjacent side is 225. What's the value of tan 30 degrees? What's the value of tan 30 degrees? Am I correct? It's square root of 3 over 3. Tama ba? Square root of 3 over 3. Okay. Okay. Is equal to x over 225. Now, cross multiply tayo. Cross multiply. Yan. Cross multiply. That's 225 square root of 3 is equal to 3x. And divide both sides by 3. Divide both sides by 3. Okay, so 225 divided by 3. The answer now is, what's the height of the 3? The height of the 3 is 75 square root of 3 feet. Or in decimal form, pwede kayo mag-decimal ha, depende sa instructions sa kuang quiz. Again ha, pwede mag-decimal, depende sa instructions sa kuang quiz. So 75 square root of 3 or 129.90 feet. Okay, yan. Yan yung sagot natin. Okay, so kindly copy. For our next solution, kamo ang mag-solve. Again, for our next problem, kayo ang mag-solve. Yes, Ramaho, depende Ramaho, but usually sa mga examples ko ginato, decimal ko siya basta examples. But in my quiz, depende lang siya sa ano, depende siya sa note na nakalagay. Again, magdepende lang siya sa note na nakalagay. Sige, take your time to copy before your next problem. Yes, if necessary siya pag i-round off siya. Okay? Yeah, kailangan mo siya i-round off if kailangan i-round off. Sige, so let's proceed now. Let's proceed to our next problem. Ito. Kayo daw mag-solve nito, class. Kayo mag-solve nito. Again, take your time to solve this one. I want you to answer this. Okay, let's solve this one. Okay, so the height of a post is 40 feet. Modo ni poste. Let me draw. Ito yung poste ng kahoy, ng kuryente. So, manibasa mo na siya poste. Then, the length of the shadow, if the angle of elevation, the height pala is ito, 40. Ito yung height ng poste, 40 feet. The length of the shadow, find the length of the shadow, this one. Ito yung missing natin. If the angle of elevation of the sun, ito yung sun, andito yung sun, no? Yan yung sun. From the tip of the shadow is 45 degrees, this one. This is 45 degrees. So we will use tan. Okay, let's write the given, no? Let's write the given. The given angle is theta 45 degrees. The given, this x is what? This x is your, what's this x? That is your adjacent side. Very good. X is your adjacent side. That's correct. Adjacent side natin. Then itong 40 feet, that is your opposite side. Again, very good. Opposite side yung 40 feet natin. So we will use the formula tan because adjacent at saka opposite lang man yung given. Again, adjacent at saka opposite yung given. So we will use tan. So tan 45 degrees. Pwede pod cot ha. Again na pwede ra cot. Wala problema kung mag-cot mo because the same lang man yung sagot. Tan 45 degrees opposite over adjacent. Tan 45 is 1. The opposite is 40. The adjacent is missing. Okay, so you have, wait lang, x man dapat ni. The adjacent is x. Again ha, the adjacent is the x now. X. Cross multiply, you have x is 40 feet also. Again, the length of the shadow is 40 feet. Again ha, the length of the shadow is 40 feet also. Given that the height of the post is 40 in an angle of 45 degrees. Okay? Okay. Very good question, Selena. Usually, Selena, pag ganyan ang case, Selena, one of the common example, pag hypotenuse siya na ganyan, yung magpalipad ka good ng saranggola or kite, that's the usually na problem na pag hypotenuse ang ginahanap. Okay? For example, ito ito Selena. Example lang ha. Nag-ask kasi si Selena about this problem. Ano daw yung mga equivalent ng hypotenuse in real life, like paano siya i-identify na example. So, ganito lang, example lang tayo. Ito si Selena, okay, ano siya. Ayan. Sorry ha, pangit yung drawing ko. Meron siyang kite. Okay, meron siyang kite over there. Yan. Then yan. Then nagpalipad ng kite si Selena. Then this is the angle, kumbaga. This is the height of Selena, kumbaga din. Yan. This is the height of the kite from the ground. Again, this is the height of the height. This is the height of the kite from the ground, and then this is the distance between the kite and Selena. The question is, gaano daw kahaba ang string ng kite? Okay? That's the usual na problem pag hypotenuse ang ginahanap. Okay? Yung kite. Okay? So, yun lang. I think naman sa kong quiz, wala pa siguro ko nakatag ana. But actually no, maka-encounter ta ana pag daghan tag oras or taas-taas pa tayo ng oras kasi dapat ma-discuss ko talaga yung angle of elevation and angle of depression. Kasi paek naman talaga siya sa trigo, but of course we don't have enough time even sa aking pre-cal class nga, wala ko siya na-discuss kasi kulang talaga sa oras ang second quarter. And alam nyo ba, during face-to-face, we started our second quarter, no? October 2nd week. Yeah. Nag-second quarter na may pagka-October 2nd week. So medyo mahaba-haba talaga yung aming na-tackle or na-cover. Then, kasi we started our class last week of July pag face-to-face. Okay, so late man kasi tayo nag-start, no? So kaya medyo na-shorted siya. But anyways, let's continue. Okay, ito. Let's have this kind of example. So ito na yung, kumbaga, the last topic natin, finding the remaining trigonometric ratios. Ito. If sine theta is negative 1/5, what is cosecant theta? Now, let's identify first the sine theta, no? Di ba sine theta is opposite over hypotenuse? Am I correct, no? Opposite over hypotenuse. Tama? Based on the given value here, it's negative 1/5. We can determine that the value of the opposite is 1. The value of the hypotenuse is 5. Now, ang question here is, what is cosecant theta? What is cosecant theta? Di ba cosecant? What is cosecant? 2. 2 is cosecant. It's hypotenuse over opposite. Okay? So, that's cosecant theta is, hypotenuse is 5, opposite is 1. But take note, since negative yung sign natin, negative din yung cosecant natin. Kung positive yung sign, positive din yung cosecant. Negative ang sign natin dito, negative din yung cosecant natin dito. If walang certain condition. Again ha, if walang certain condition. So yung sagot dito is cosecant theta is negative 5. And cosecant theta is negative 5. That's the introductory part of our last topic. This will be our last topic. Ito. Yan. Sine theta is negative 1/5. And theta is located at quadrant 4. Find the remaining trigonometric functions of an angle. Okay. Now, di ba there are 6, tama? There are 6 trigonometric functions. Sine, cosine, tangent, cotangent, cosecant, secant. 6 sila. Given na yung sine. Again, given na po yung sine natin. This is the value of the sine, negative 1/5. And the angle is located at quadrant 4. The angle is located at quadrant 4. Now, we are going to determine the remaining trigonometric function. So, 5 na lang. Kasi given naman yung sine, so yung hahanapin na lang natin is yung 5. But before that, let me give you this concept first. Okay, please listen. Please take note of this one. Kaya listen and take note of this one ha, para dili mo malito. Sa quadrant 1 class, all trigonometric functions are positive. Again, all trigonometric functions are positive. That means if your angle is located at quadrant 1, lahat ng trigonometric functions kay positive. For quadrant 2, the positive is, ano lang yan siya? Ano lang yung positive na ng quadrant 2? It's the sine and the cosecant. Again, for quadrant 2, sine and cosecant are positive. For quadrant 3, it's the tan and the cotangent are positive. And lastly, for quadrant 4, ang positive sa quadrant 4 is si cos lang at saka yung si secant. Siya lang yung positive. The rest are negative. Again ha, please take note of this one. If the angle is located at quadrant 1, all wag kayong maano ng TF ha. TF stands for trigonometric functions. Baka iba yung isipin ninyo. I know what you I know what you're thinking. Sige, all trigonometric functions are positive. For quadrant 2, sine at saka cosecant are positive. For quadrant 3, tan at saka cotangent lang are positive. For quadrant 4, cos at saka secant are positive. The rest, yung ano nila, yung hindi ko na mention is they are negative already. Okay? So what's the purpose of that one? Class, it will serve as our guide. It will serve as our guide of what are the sign what is the sign rather of each trigonometric function of a certain problem. Kagaya nito, quadrant 4. Then ang given is ang sine theta. The value of sine theta is negative 1/5. So what are the remaining trigonometric functions? And also what are the sign? Okay, what are the sign of the remaining trigonometric function? Okay. But before that, before anything else, let's have this one. Di ba sine? Sine yung given. Ano yung formula ng sine? Sine is sine theta is opposite over hypotenuse. Yan. That means your opposite, the value of your opposite is 1. The value of your hypotenuse is 5. Again, the value of your opposite is 1. The value of your hypotenuse is 5. Now, the missing is the adjacent. Para kompleto ang tatlo. The missing is the adjacent. The question is, what is the adjacent? And how are we going to find our adjacent side? Anyone, do you have any idea? Given the opposite and the hypotenuse, which is 5, what will be the formula that you are going to use to find the adjacent? Kamo daw, what is the formula? Anyone? Ano lang, mag-isip lang kayo. Okay, very good. Very good. That's correct. It's Pythagorean theorem. That's correct, huh? It's Pythagorean theorem. So we are going to use Pythagorean theorem in order for us to find the adjacent side. So given this one, the formula, hypotenuse squared, ito yung formula ha, hypotenuse squared is equal to opposite squared plus adjacent squared. The value of our hypotenuse is 5. The value of our opposite is 1. Adjacent squared. So it's 25 minus 1 is equal to adjacent squared. And that's 24. Okay? Extract the square root. What's the answer for this one? Extract the square root to find the adjacent. Our adjacent side is, I think it's 2 square root of 6. Tama ba? 2 square root of 6. Square root of 24, yeah, 2 square root of 6. Wag niyong i-decimal ha. This is a reminder. Pag ganito ang case, wag niyong i-decimal kasi baka mahirapan kayo pag mag-decimal. Okay, na-question si Tupas. Sir, ano daw nangyari sa negative? That's a good question. Anong nangyari sa negative dito? Okay, later na natin siya i-cater. Again ha, yung sign na yan, wag niyo mo nang i-mind. Later na yan siya natin malalaman. Okay? May purpose yan din siya. Sige. So our adjacent is 2 square root of 6. Now, meron na tayong kompleto na yung opposite, the hypotenuse, and adjacent. Given din yung sign, given na yung sign ha. So we are going to find the remaining. What are the remaining? We have the cos. What's the formula of cos theta? Cos theta is adjacent over hypotenuse. Then tan theta is opposite over adjacent. Next, the cosecant. The cosecant theta, ito yung mga remaining the remaining 5 trigonometric functions na hindi given. Cosecant theta is its hypotenuse over adjacent. Then the secant theta The sec theta is hypotenuse over ay wait, mali ko. Sorry, namali ko. Yan. Hypotenuse over opposite pala. Okay. Wala di mo kapansin, no? Hypotenuse over opposite. Yan. Sorry. Hypotenuse over adjacent yung sa sec. Okay? Namali lang ko, sorry. Then the lastly, the cot. Cot theta is adjacent over opposite. Okay. Now, we already have the values of adjacent, hypotenuse, and opposite. Kompleto na. Again ha, kompleto na. Nakuha na natin yung opposite, yung adjacent, at saka yung hypotenuse. So, ang gawin na lang natin dito is to substitute. The value of our adjacent is 2 square root of 6, and our opposite is 5. Hypotenuse rather. The hypotenuse is 5. For the opposite, it's 1. The adjacent is 2 square root of 6. For cosecant, its hypotenuse is 5, opposite is 1. Then for cosecant, the hypotenuse is 5, the adjacent is 2 square root of 6. And lastly, for tan, the adjacent is 2 square root of 6 over opposite is 1. Okay, let me remind you again. Let me remind you, bawal magkaroon ng radical sign sa denominator. So that means you are going to perform rationalizing the denominator. Again ha, you are going to perform rationalization process or rationalizing the denominator. So in this case ito, yan, that is square root of 6 over 12. Yan. Ito, this is 5. This one, this is 5 square root of 6 over 10. Wait lang ha. 5 over 6 square root of 10. 5 square root of 6 over 12 rather. 5 square root of 6 over 12. And lastly, this one, 2 square root of 6. Okay? Review your lesson about rationalizing. So ito ha, itong 1 over 2 square root of 6 class, ang ginawa ko dito pag rationalize, ito yung ginawa ko. I multiply both numerator and denominator by square root of 6. So that's square root of 6 over 2 times 6. That is why ang sagot ko is square root of 6 over 12. So again, review your lesson about rationalizing the denominator. Sir, humana na. Tapos na ito, sir? The answer is no. The answer is no, not yet. Now, we need to consider the location of our angle. Again, we need to consider the location of our angle. Our angle is located at quadrant 4, right? Our angle is located at quadrant 4. The question, sa quadrant 4, sino yung positive lang? Again, sa quadrant 4, sino lang yung positive sa 6 na trigonometric function? Very good. Si cos lang. Gisulat ko dito hadara o dara. Gisulat ko dito. Ang positive lang si cos o si sec. So, ang value ng ating cos, positive, this is now your final answer. Ni tan, it should be negative. Final answer. Cosecant, it should be negative. Final answer. Secant, positive. Final answer. Cotangent, negative. Final answer. Yan lang. Yan lang yung, kumbaga, the last step. Okay? The last step is you need to consider the location of the angle. Now, our angle is located at quadrant 4. So, ang positive lang kay si cos at saka si sec. Yan lang yung positive lang. The rest are negative. Kaya nga, yung sagot natin dito, yung tan natin is negative, yung cosecant natin is negative, yung cotangent natin is negative, together with the sine. Ang sine natin dito is negative din siya. Okay? So, that is the process on how to find the remaining trigonometric function. So, please copy muna the solution before we will proceed to our last example. Again, now, before we will proceed to our last example. So, kindly copy this one muna. If you have question, don't be shy to ask me. If ever negative, instead na dapat positive siya according sa quad position, change lang to positive or mali siya sa solution. Yeah, mali siya if ever ganyan siya. Okay? Mali siya. Dapat mag-follow talaga siya sa mag-follow talaga siya sa tamang sign based on the location of the angle. Dapat mag-follow talaga siya. Sige. Next problem na tayo. The last problem. Last problem na tayo. Okay, ito. Sir, wala mang quadrant na given. Di ba walang quadrant na given na ka-identify? Sige. Ito yung sasagutan ninyo. But before that, let me remind you about this one. Okay, ha? I already gave you this one, di ba? Quadrant 1, 0 to 0 to 9, wait lang ha. Wait lang, Jod. Okay. Kung quadrant 1, that theta is greater than 0 but less than 90 degrees. By the way, ganyan magbasa ha. If makakita kayo ng inequalities na ganito, ang pagbasa is always mag-start sa gitna. So, theta is greater than 90 but less than 180. Baka sabihin niyo ha, mali ako ha kasi ang pagbasa ko nito is greater than. Actually, that's correct kasi sa gitna man ako nag-start magbasa. Okay, sa gitna ako nag-start magbasa. So that's how are you going to read this one? It's theta is greater than 90 but less than 180. So do not correct me if akong pagbasa ani is greater than, because in the first place I read this equality na nag-start sa gitna. But anyways, let's continue. So quadrant 1 theta is greater than 0 but less than 90. For quadrant 2, theta is greater than 90 but less than 180 degrees. For quadrant 3, theta is greater than 180 but less than 270 degrees. And lastly, quadrant 4, theta is greater than 270 but less than 360. Yan. Okay? And you are so lucky because I provided this one already. Okay? You are so lucky because I provided this one already, no? Sige. So if cos theta is negative 4/5, find the 5 remaining trigonometric functions of an angle if theta is greater than 90 but less than 180. So this is located at quadrant 2. And take note of the signs of the remaining trigonometric function if the angle is located at quadrant 2. Sige, take your time, then kindly chat your answer. Again, take your time, then kindly chat your answer sa chat box natin. And I will present my solution later. Mainom sa kog tubig. Sige. So let's have your final let's have your answer now. Sige. So the formula of cos, 'di ba? So ka, 'di ba? Ka, it's cos theta is adjacent over hypotenuse. That's ka. Now, the adjacent, the value of our adjacent is 4. The value of our hypotenuse is 5. That means the missing is opposite. The missing is the opposite side. And class, take note of this one. In order for us to find the opposite side, we are going to use Pythagorean theorem. Okay, we are going to use Pythagorean theorem. So you have hypotenuse squared is equal to opposite squared plus adjacent squared. Yeah, this is the formula of Pythagorean theorem. The hypotenuse is 5 squared, so opposite is missing. Then the adjacent is 4 squared. So you have 25 minus 16 is equal to opposite squared. And 25 minus 16, that's 9. That's 9. And extract the square root. Okay, extract the square root. Extract the square root. So its opposite side is, it's 3. Okay, the value of our opposite side is 3. Now, the cos is already given, the cos. So the 5 remaining trigonometric functions are the following. Sine theta, which is opposite over hypotenuse. Then the tan theta is opposite over adjacent. And next, the cosecant theta. Cosecant theta is hypotenuse over opposite. Then the secant theta is it's hypotenuse over adjacent. And lastly, the cot theta is adjacent over hypotenuse. No, opposite rather, adjacent over opposite. Sorry. So we already have the values of opposite, adjacent, and hypotenuse. So all we need to do now is to plug in the value of our adjacent, hypotenuse, and opposite to each trigonometric function. So i-substitute natin, opposite is 3, hypotenuse is 5. Opposite is 3, adjacent is 4. Cosecant, wait lang, hypotenuse is 5, opposite is 3, hypotenuse is 5, adjacent is 4, and adjacent is 4, opposite is 3. So walang problema, no, because they are all whole numbers, no? The adjacent, the hypotenuse, at saka the opposite, they are whole numbers, so nothing to worry about, dali ra kay siya. Now, take note, the location of the angle is located at quadrant 2. Tama? The location of the angle is located at quadrant 2. My question is this. Sino lang yung positive sa quadrant 2? Sa quadrant 2, sino lang yung positive natin? We have the, sino yung positive? Okay, very good. The sine at saka the cosecant. They are positive. That means, ang value nito, positive. Tama na, di ba? Ito yung positive, sine at saka cosecant. Sila yung positive. So ito, positive na, correct. Ito, negative. Ito, negative. Positive, sorry. Wait lang, let me erase. Positive pala yan. The cosecant is positive. It's negative. It's negative. And that is your answer. Okay? Ito na yung sagot natin. The remaining trigonometric function natin. Together with this corresponding signs. Okay, so let's, I kindly copy muna before we will end, before I will give my final announcement. By the way, class, nasobra nung kabisi no, nakalimot ko buhat sa grouping, sige lang. Paano po, sir, kung quadrantal angle siya? Saan po ang location niya? I think, Selena, it's impossible. Yeah, it's impossible, Selena, to create a triangle if the is quadrantal angle. For me, it's impossible. So I think there will be no there is no that no kind of example if ganyan ang situation, Selena. Okay, so wag ka na ma-worry about that. Okay, so okay, paano ganito na negative yung iba? Sige, let me remind you again. Ito yung condition. Okay, ito yung condition natin. The angle is located at quadrant 2. Again na, the angle is located at quadrant 2. And ang tanong ko kanina, sa quadrant 2, sino lang yung positive? Okay? Sa quadrant 2, sino lang yung positive? Ang positive is si sine at saka cosecant. So dito, itong mga naka-check na gilagyan ko, ito, okay, yan sila. Sila lang yung positive. The rest are negative. Kaya nga, positive yung sine, negative yung tan, positive ang cosecant, negative yung secant, negative din yung cotangent. That is the reason why bakit negative siya. Okay? Sige, please take your time to copy. Okay, for your attendance today, kindly click the link na sa chat box ninyo. Again, for your attendance today, kindly click the link na nasa chat box ninyo. Yan. Now, bibigyan ko kayo ng practice test, no, before I will give my announcement. Yan, bibigyan ko kayo ng practice test before I will give the announcement. Okay, ito. Okay, ayun na lang, you can solve naman this one. Okay. So, i-practice test nyo lang. Ano lang, if sasagutan nyo ito, naano siya sa PowerPoint ha? Naano siya sa PowerPoint. I-message lang po. I-message po if tama ba inyong solusyon. Yeah. Again na, don't be shy to message me if tama ba yung solusyon ninyo. I-message lang po. Okay. Sige. Attendance na, can you click the link na sa chat box for your attendance. And by the way, okay lang ba? Ang quiz ninyo is Friday. Okay lang, i-hold the delay. Wala siya time. Again ha, ang quiz ninyo is this coming Friday. Wala siya time. Available siya 7:30 to butang na lang po na kung Saturday. Yeah, Friday to Saturday yung quiz ha. Again, Friday to Saturday from 7:30 in the morning this coming Friday. Then ang deadline Saturday evening, 11:59. But, meron pang but. Part 1, part 2 din yung quiz. Yeah, part 1, part 2 din yung quiz class. Okay, part 1, part 2 din yung quiz. So, yon. Okay, ang items for part 1, wait lang ha, tingnan ko muna yung part 1 natin. Ilang items yung part 1 ninyo. Wait lang ha, i-check ko muna. Napako isa ka video na i-send. Again, naapa ko isa ka video i-send. Presidents, kamo na lang mag-send sa classmates ninyo. Class, you are required to watch that video. Kasi that video, lalabas siya sa quiz. At saka, lalabas siya sa quiz at the same time, anong tawag nito? Lalabas siya sa quiz and kasali siya sa PT. Again ha, yung video na isi-send ko for the last topic, lalabas siya sa quiz at saka kasali siya sa PT. Hindi man masyadong mahirap siguro yung quiz. Okay. For sure, naadya po yung mga perfect ani. Naagya po yung mga perfect. But it requires analysis and understanding. Kaya nga, tinanggal ko yung time para mas mahaba-haba yung thinking time ninyo. Kaya para mas mahaba-haba yung thinking time ninyo. Okay. Di ba class, nag-send ko og video last time, di ba? Tama ba ko, President, tong first video na gi-watch ninyo? Tama? Yung first video na gi-watch ninyo. Please study that one because that's the part 1 of the quiz. Again ha, that's the part 1 of the quiz. Yung video na gi-send ko mismo, yung pinakauna, that's the part 1 of the quiz. And also, kasali doon yung video na isi-send ko mamaya, yung additional video, the last topic. Again na, part 1 ng quiz is yung video na gisend ko last time, yung pinakauna na video. Please watch that one, yung exact values, ang topic. Again na, exact values. Then, kasali din sa part 1 yung arc length, arc sector, which is nandun din sa PowerPoint. Ang discussion niyan is andun din sa video. Maisasend ako na video mamaya. President, please disseminate also that video. Now, ang part 2 sa quiz is yung gidiscuss ko ngayon. Again, ang part 2 sa quiz is yung gidiscuss ko ngayon. For part 1, 50 items yung part 1. Yeah, 50 items yung part 1. Okay, kasi actually dali lang man din yung part 1. For part 2, 30 items lang. Again, for part 2, 30 items lang. For part 1, 50 items. For part 2, 30 items. And that's 2 points each. Class, naga 2 points ko, class. Yes, padungan. Yes, actually class, no, mas okay good siguro nga mag-quiz mo Friday, Saturday nga naman. Pag abot niyo yung exam pagka Monday, I think naapa mo ma-remember sa lesson kung mag-study mo. Because class, kung say na sa akong exam, no, same lang siya og halos og content sa akong quiz. Yeah, same lang siya, hindi lahat, but similar questions, similar content lang siya. Okay? 2 points each ang quiz, ha? Ang lesson ng part 1 sa quiz is exact values. Yung first na video na gisend ko sa presidents. Okay? At saka yung isa-send ko mamaya na video. Again, yung isa-send ko mamaya na video. Yan yung yung part 1 sa quiz. Ang part 2 is yung discussion this afternoon. Yan lang yung part 2. Hindi. There is no possibility. Yeah, again, there is no possibility na mag-ulit ang question sa quiz pagdating sa exam. But I can guarantee that the way I constructed the questions in quiz, the same lang siya sa question sa exam. Ang kaibahan lang sa exam is I have Morse type true or false. Meron lang akong true or false sa exam, yung Morse type, yung statement 1, statement 2, ganun lang. What do you mean by review this one, Juneda? Kasi I cannot hold a review anymore. I cannot give you the answer key. Yeah, I cannot give you the answer key of the result of your exam, of your quiz, but I can give you the mistakes. Again ha, dili na ako mahatag inyo ang mahatag ang mga answer key sa inyong exam, sa quiz, but I can give you kung saan kayo item nagkamali. Okay, I can give you kung saan item kayo nagkamali. You can message me about that one. That's the usual na ginagawa ng mga estudyante ko. Gina-ask ako nila, gina-message ako nila kung saan sila nagkamali para ma-review nila. Yes, sorry pala sa groupings kasi to tell you honestly, nakalimot ko og pag groupings pa. But don't you worry, ipopost ko siya. Ha? I mean, i-share ko siya sa president regarding sa yung groupings, pati rin yung instruction sa PP. Okay? Pati rin yung instruction sa PP. Okay? Huwag kayong mag-worry kasi it's January pa man din yung deadline and it's easy lang man din. It's by group and it's very easy to do. Okay? Easy lang ang task ninyo. Sige, so I think before tayo mag-end, I need to have a documentation. Review before exam. Review before exam will be this coming, your exam will be next week, Tuesday. I think lang ha, if hindi na bago ang schedule, I think your exam will be next week, Tuesday, December 14. So your review is the day before your exam. It's 13, 3 p.m. Okay? 3 p.m. yung review natin before exam. Yeah, 3 p.m. That's December 13. Sige, so mag-ask po ng documentation before tayo mag-leave. Wait lang ha. Ano gani yung date natin ngayon? December 7. Wait lang ha, pre-calculate. RPM. Okay. So I am requesting everyone to turn on their camera for documentation purposes. Okay? So, nahuman ra jud ang ato ang synchronous discussion. Ayaw mo wag kayong mag-worry sa exam no because I can guarantee talaga na makaya ra siya og perfect ang exam. Basta nag-study lang mo og you study everything. Okay? Everything na akong na-discuss kay mo gawas I mean ang items na sa inyong exam sa inyong exam lang ha is everything na discuss ko plus yung hyperbola na transforming standard to general to standard pati yung center ng hyperbola isasali ko siya. Wait lang, anong section gani andito? Section you have S11, S6, S4 at saka S5. Walang S8 no kasi meron silang ginagawa. So bukas pa kami sa S8. Okay? Sige, wait lang ha. Okay. At wait lang ha, basta di na po siya mapilit. At the count of 3, kasi 3 panels ito, no? 3 panels andito. So 1, 2, 3, smile. Smile lang kayo ha. Yan ang isang smile. another. Wait lang. Kung di kayo mag-smile, heart react lang tayo. It's okay. And last na lang. Okay, last panel. Okay, thank you so much. Okay, again, thank you so much everyone for participating. But before that, we need to end this class with a prayer, malamang. Sige, let me call. Yes, 2 points each yung last quiz. Yeah, 2 points each. Ako yung teacher talaga naga 2 points quiz. 2 points ang Oo. Pero yung exam ninyo 50 items lang yung exam. 50 items lang yung exam ninyo, then 2 points each. Again, 50 items, 2 points each lang yung exam ninyo. Mga 10 items doon ata is true or false. Sige. So, let me call, kasi itong last time itong ipaampon na wala tingog. Sige na lang. Okay. Let's have, kaila ko siyang kuya. Okay, here, Loreke, can you lead us into prayer? Loreke? Nasa Loreke?
Yes, yes.
Okay, can you lead us into prayer?
In the name of Father, Son, Holy Spirit, amen. Glory be to the Father, and to the Son, and to the Holy Spirit. It was in the beginning, is now, and ever shall be, world without an amen. Father, Son, Holy Spirit, amen.
Okay, thank you, Kier. Okay, so thank you so much. Yeah, once again, thank you so much S4, S5, S6, S11 for participating sa ating special class for Precalculus. And have a nice night naman, no? Have a nice night, everyone. And goodbye. See you this